Hello there, and welcome to First Second Sketch School. I am Andy Ristaino. I'm the illustrator behind Science Comics, the Digestive System, a book that just came out. It should be in stores right now, written by Jason Viola and published by First Second Publishing. What we're going to do today is do a drawing together. We're going to draw E, who is the main character of this book, and meet some of the people he meets on his tour through the digestive system. Come along to my drawing table. Come on! So here we are at the drawing table. I've got some drawing implements, Cool Erase red pencil and a eraser, pencil sharpener, some Micron pens and a Sharpie. Let's get drawn. So what I like to do when I start is kind of lay out the whole drawing lightly with a red Cool Erase pencil and kind of get my idea of where all the characters are going to go. And I'm just drawing them lightly and getting their basic shapes in. Not too much detail here. And as you can see, the footage is quite sped up. This whole drawing took me about a little more than half an hour to do, but I wanted to make this video around 15 minutes long. So I sped up parts of it. Yeah, and then now that I've drawn out all the characters, I go in and I add in more detail. I basically creating where all the lines are gonna be. For sure, kind of nailing down all the line work. So that way when I go in with inks, I know exactly where the lines are gonna be. And I will, I'll go through and put in the detail on every character here. And, I might slightly change things. But yeah, definitely I wanna make it dark enough so that I can see what I'm going to be drawing. As you can see, and this guy I'm drawing right now, he is that was an enzyme. This guy right here is, it's called H. pylori. He's a type of bacteria that lives in the stomach and can navigate through the gastric juices. This guy is Spiro. He's like a spiral bacteria that our main character E meets in the esophagus, and he kind of tells him what's awaiting him in the stomach, and kind of scares him because the stomach is full of acid and stuff like that. This right here is a prokaryote, which is a type of single cell organism that has no nucleus. And this last guy, he's a bile salt. And bile salts have like two ends to them. One is hydrophilic, which means it attracts water, or it's attracted to water, and then hydrophobic, which means it does not like water. And so I gave it two faces, with sad face is the one that doesn't like water. Okay, so now I'm going in with a pen, and I'm kind of gonna go over the lines. And what I like to do when I ink is I kind of do like kind of a dotted line. I kind of skip my pen across the surface, and it gives it kind of this textured line. I don't know. I like the way it looks. I feel like it makes the image look a little more alive, because I'm using these really thin pens, and so there's really not much width variance in the line work. But if I do this kind of like stippling while I'm drawing the lines, where I'm bearing down and lightening up pressure, I don't know, it creates kind of a texture, and it kind of opens up the drawing a little bit, lets some air in. Yeah, I just like drawing this way. It's kind of, I don't know, if you draw a lot, you kind of develop a way of doing things. And this is kind of where my style is right now, as far as inking. It's a style I feel very comfortable with. And, eventually I might change things up, but that's just the way I'm drawing right now. So yeah, so this guy I'm working on right now is an enzyme, and he's got these two little guys attached to him. And these are called substrates, and what enzymes do is they they help chemical reactions happening. So they have little places where substrates can kind of lock into them, and then they break them down and put them together in different ways. So they kind of cause chemical reactions and change. Yeah, and here now I'm inking the tail of Spiro, who's another type of bacteria. We kind of, over the course of this book, we run into all sorts of different bacteria that live in different types, different parts of the body. And you know, like, we're not, you know, you think, you know, these are my organs and stuff like that. This is my stomach and my esophagus and my large intestine. But there's lots of things inside us that are living inside of us, and they're helping us digest. Right now I'm inking the main character. This is E. He's a bacteria we meet when, in the start of the book, we follow a piece of food into the mouth, and then we meet E in the mouth, and he kind of decides to be our tour guide through the digestive system. But he doesn't know that much about the digestive system. He just knows a lot about the mouth, and so we're kind of following him through the digestive system, and yeah, getting a good tour with him. Yeah, and I like to go in and add these little shadow bits in different areas, and it just helps create a little more space. So it'll get kind of like, if something's in front of something else, I'll add a little shadow behind it to kind of bring that forward in the composition, and create a little bit of space. So what I'm inking right now are the E's flagella, which bacterium have these little hair-thin, probably thinner than hair actually, because they're so small, but these little things that look like little tentacles and hair strands, and that helps them like get around and stuff like that. Now I'm inking the hydrophobic side of the bile salt, who's all sad because you know, a lot of the body's made of water, and so I figured he'd be sad all the time because he doesn't like water. And I'm adding another shadow there to kind of make it look like the hydrophobic side of the bile salt is behind Spiro's body. And this is the prokaryote. Again, we kind of learn about them and their history in the book. So inking just kind of goes along. You just kind of gotta redraw the whole drawing, basically. This is Spiro's head. This little guy is a lactobacillus. They create an enzyme called lactase, and that helps break down milk sugar, so they help you digest milk and stuff like that. So I imagine, you know, I don't know if this is totally correct, but I imagine that like people who are lactose intolerant don't have as many of these in their digestive system as other people. But I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that one. So here's the body of Spiro, who got kind of like spiral shaped. This guy, this old geezer, is H. pylori that I'm working on now, and he kind of like, they run into him in the stomach, and he's kind of like a scary old miner who's been out in the world too long. He's got this acerbic personality, big grumpy guy, and yeah, he was maybe one of the funnest characters to draw, because he was very, he had a big personality in the book, and so I got to do a lot of fun acting with him. You know, as much acting as you can do with a bacteria. I'm adding some textures there. And this is the last guy I have to draw. This is the other end of the bile salt, the hydrophilic side, which loves water. And the way bile salts work, they break down fats and stuff. And so the side that does not like water is attracted to the fats. And they kind of use the like and dislike of water as a way to navigate in the body. And yeah, and I figure since that guy loves water and he's surrounded by, you know, human body, I don't know, like 90% water, he's a pretty happy camper. And now I'm just kind of filling in blacks. So I'm going to use Sharpie here. So Sharpie's kind of got a wide surface to it, so it helps kind of fill in the little nooks a little bit with ink before you go in there. And then I'm going to go just do a few little touch-ups. Oh yeah, and now I just want to ground these guys a little bit, so I'm going to add a little shadow here and maybe put some texture in to denote more shadows. Just trying to create a different effect with the pen by using little hatch lines. Yeah, and then I kind of damp it off with a paper towel and then erase the pencil marks, and there you have it. You have an ink drawing. Sign it. This is it. This is what the finished drawing looks like. I hope you had a good time hanging out. Remember, this is from Science Comics, the Digestive System, written by Jason Viola, drawn by me, published by First Second. It's available in stores and online now. Stay tuned for more from First Second Sketch School. Talk to you later. Bye.